going on, guys? Joe here with another video. And today's, guys, in this video I'm going to be going over my Lightsworn Darklord deck, Chaos deck profile. So I'm going to be going through that deck, guys. If you guys have seen any of my live streams, I use this deck in every live stream, guys. It's very fun if you've seen me use it. It's always very fun to play. Just seeing the different cards that we'll get and what we're going to mill and stuff like that, and the boards that we can make with the deck. It's very fun. It's a very competitive deck as well. So we'll go through the deck profile, guys. If you guys see me use here on the games, I'll also go over everything. We'll go through the cards and all that good stuff. If you guys are new here to the channel, definitely consider getting subscribed. I do deck profiles like this. I do live streams as well using decks like this and other decks that I have as well in the live streams. I do tag duels on roughly on Sundays. Sometimes we'll probably do them on Tuesdays as well, but a lot of you guys have been liking the tag duels, so I'm going to try and do more tag duel live streams here for a bit, since that seems what you guys are more interested on, versus me just doing the single duels with you guys. So if you guys definitely consider getting subscribed and checking out those tag duels. With that being said, guys, yet again, make sure you get your comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the deck, or things like that. Also, I'll be going over later on the video, guys, who won the booster box of Genesis Impact. So make sure you stick around to see who won that. It might just be you. So with that being said, guys, yeah, definitely get subscribed if you're not subscribed. Definitely make sure you guys smash the like button. That really does help out the video and the channel, guys. Right now, we're up to 246 subs, guys, as of this video. We've hit a little over 2,000 hours watched and a little over 20,000 views here on the channel. So I do greatly appreciate all your guys' love and support, with this being a very, still, fairly, almost a brand new, still a new channel here in a sense. We've grown pretty decently fast, in my opinion. And we're continue to grow and grow. So I definitely appreciate all your guys' support. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive into the deck profile so we can go through everything. So I use 3 Darklord, I guess, Ezekiel, I guess is how you pronounce her name. She's very good, guys. She's the best one out of all of them. You want to make sure you run 3. She's a 3 of in the deck. The reason being is because, like all of them, they have, the Darklords, right? You can pay 1,000 life points and you can activate one of your spell or trap cards in your graveyard, return it to the deck, and you basically use its effect. So you guys see me use her effect a lot. Her other effect, too, is that you guys see me use a lot, too, is to mill her, discard her, and another Lightsworn card, whether it's a monster, spell, or trap. You can send her and one of those cards to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. So she helps speeds up the deck, and then once she's on the board, you can pay 1,000 and use, one of the cards like Contact to special summon one back from the graveyard, or you can use one of the trap cards. Whatever you want to do, it's a really good card. Also use, we'll put him over here, I guess. So I use 2, and I'm horrible with pronunciations, guys, so I'm probably going to mess up their names. So I apologize in advance, but you guys know I struggle with that, same as most YouTubers. So I use Darklord. I guess I'm not even gonna try to mispronounce his name, but he's really good too, guys. He's a level 6. Same as the other one, right? You can pay 1,000 life points and use one of your spell or trap cards from the graveyard. He has another effect as well, that you can discard him and another Darklord card to add one of your Darklord cards that's in your graveyard to your hand. So you can get rid of her and him and add like a Contact or something, or Banishment or something like that, whatever I need to do to cycle them. So it's really good. It's a 2 of. I wouldn't use 3. You definitely don't want to just use 1. 2 is the right balance. I've been testing this deck for months, guys. If you guys are maybe new to the channel or things like that, I've been testing this thing for months. So you definitely want 2 of them. Darklord Superbia, I've tested him out using 3, guys. It just doesn't seem, it seems like it doesn't do as much, as 3 seems like it's too much, in my opinion, just going through testing it for the last, 3 or 4 months I've been using this deck. 3 just seems like too much. If you want to try it 3 of, definitely give it a shot and see if it works for you. But the version I'm running with this 2 of seems to be the right combo. Next, we do run 1 Darklord Zerato, and that'll be it for our Darklord monsters, guys. He's really good too, because we can discard a dark and wipe out basically our opponent's field. So he's really good, and he's very easy to get back. Since he's a Darklord, he does work with our Darklord spell and trap cards too. So he's a very good card in the deck. So you only want to run 1 of him. So that's going to be it for the Darklord monsters in the deck, guys. So now we'll dive into the Lightsworn monsters that we're running. So I'm running 3 Raidens, guys. So if you're not familiar with Raiden, Raiden's a tuner. He also is effective. So you can, when he's once per turn, you can mill 2 cards from the top of a deck, and if it's a Lightsworn Monster, he'll gain 200 attack, so he'll give an extra 200 points, making him a 1900. So he's really good for, kind of speeding up the deck in a sense. You hope you hit a wolf, which is going to be, we want to make sure we run in 3 wolves. So if you hit that, bam, then we can go into Chaos Ruler, right, and then mill an extra 5 cards. So being able to hit wolf very quickly is very good. He will be. You see him sometime in your hand, but that's fine. You can get rid of him with charge and stuff like that, or Lumina, which is the next one we'll go into to get him into the graveyard. We want to run 3 Lumina, guys. Going through testing, 3 seems the right because we do a lot of with link summons and with synchros. It's a very good comeback play. If we don't have, let's say maybe we're almost out of resources, getting her and just having another card in our hand, then we can synchro to go into Michael or Black Rose or something like that. That's a level 7, that we have in our extra deck to kind of blow up the board or hopefully turn the, the tide around in a sense. I use 1 Lila for, destroy spell and trap cards in a sense. 1 Erin to attack, she's really good if we attack something that's in defense. It goes back to our opponent's deck, so that's really good to recycle stuff back in the, maybe it's in defense. We can bounce it back in the deck, so that's really good. I use 1 Felice. 1 seems to be the right one. The right number for that. I use 1 Garoth, guys, to kind of help speed things up, and it's just a different Lightsworn. 1 Minerva because she's a different Lightsworn, plus she also, when she's, she's sent to the graveyard too, we can mill an extra card, so she helps speeds up the deck too. A lot of these cards that you guys see, especially when we get to the spell cards and stuff like that, or even just going through the monsters, we're using a lot of stuff that's going to mill out the deck. Majority of the time when I play this deck, guys, I would say 90+% of the time, I go through at least 25% of the deck on my first turn. It is a 59 card deck, but I usually end up around at least mid to low 40s. Sometimes in I think the best I've got it down is like the high 20s going first, like going through 50% of my deck, which is rare that I'm able to do that, but there are chances that can happen. Let's go through half our deck in the first turn. If we're doing that good, we're popping off very fast, and it's going to be a good duel for us. I do use 3 Judgment Dragons, guys. I've seen some people, they don't run the Judgment Dragon package. I do. I run the Judgment Dragon package in this one, guys. I run 3. Probably some people wonder why I run 3. It's hard to get them. It's surprised even as fast as the deck is. It's hard to see. Usually when I'm trying to get Judgment, it's gotten a little bit better with some of the changes that I made to see him a little bit more often and get him, whether it's tossed to the graveyard or in your hands. We've got a lot easier ways to pull him now, but you want to see him more often. Usually I want to see 2 of them so I can go for, basically an OTK and not give them another turn. That's basically really what this deck is good as, basically going for wiping out your opponent and going for an OTK on your turn specifically. So it's definitely a hard going second deck, guys, as you probably could imagine. So Judgment Dragon's really good for clearing the board. Alright. So I used 2 Starless Seeger. I used 2 Seegers, guys. That seems the right number. 3 is definitely too much. 1's not enough. So you want to make sure you're running 2 of these so I can return my Judgment Dragon that's in the graveyard. If this is in the graveyard, I can put Judgment back in my hand. I can pull Levianeer back to my hand. Things like that we can recover. Or if Seeger's on the field, we could get rid of maybe Judgment in our hand to get Levianeer, or vice versa. Right? We can get a Levianeer to pull Judgment because he's on the field. Or get rid of himself on the field and pull the other level 4, and then remove himself from play from the graveyard to pull Judgment or Levianeer to our hand. So he's a really good card as I just kind of described a few ways you can kind of use him to your advantage. I do use Chaos Valkyrie, guys. She's a very good card of help, as just basically an extender, essentially. That's all she is kind of an extender and to recycle stuff. That's basically why I use her in the deck. So 2 of us right, 3's too much, one's not enough. You want her, so yet again, like I said, you can extend, use her, Raiden, Synchro, go into Chaos Ruler, use Chaos Ruler's effect, mill 5 cards, and plus add 1 of your lighter dark monsters to your hand. So it's really good with that. I use 2 Levianeer, guys. 2 seems the right combo. If you wanted to use, something else, because he's the only one that I use in here as far as like the Chaos Monster cards. If you want to, use him and maybe something else like Chaos Creator, that would be fine. We remove from play a lot of stuff, so I could see maybe swapping one of them out for Creator, or putting Creator in the side deck or something like that. So just kind of keep that in mind. I use 2 because it seems like the right combination. So that's it for all of the monster cards in the deck, guys, and now we're going to move on to the spells. So I use 3 Banishment, guys. Banishment's really good. Banishment lets us add any of our Darklord cards, whether it's spell, trap, or monster, from our deck to our hand. This card's insane, guys. So I run 3 of them just for, yet again, it's insane. It's ridiculous. I run 3 contact. I did kind of experiment running as 2, but the good thing about having it at 3, guys, remember I can use it to discard for, like, the first one we're looking at, Ezekiel, her. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing her name right. But we can use her to get rid of, like, that. If we have an extra one in our hand that we can't play, draw 2 cards, and then we can, use the other one in our hand, bring her back, and then use it again, essentially. So it's very good to help just kind of a straw, and then also bring back, the monster cards as well to continue cycling. So it's very good. You want to see this in your hand or graveyard. So that's the one reason this deck works very well, is the Darklord is very based on the graveyard. The Lightsworn is just more of the engine that puts the Darklord stuff in the graveyard. So there'll be times that you're just running straight Lightsworns in a deck, as far as like hitting off, or sometimes you may just be running almost kind of like a little bit of Darklord more, it seems like, depending on the hand that you get. And sometimes it's like perfect, it's going to go perfect together and you're hitting both of them at the same time. When you're really popping off, like I said, you're hitting, probably close to 50% of your deck in the first turn, or maybe not quite that much. You're popping off with both of them, and then at that point, you're good to go. I use 3 charge of the Light Brigade, guys, just for obvious reasons, right? We want to speed up the deck, because by playing this card, right, each one of these, right, because we're sending 3 cards, we're pulling a card plus a card itself. So these are 5 cards essentially gone from the deck, counting the card itself. So that's 15 cards gone from the deck just by playing these cards. That's 15 cards gone out of a 59 card deck. So that's really good for us, and it's pulling something to our hand. Or even if they negate it with Ash, we got to mill 3 cards and put stuff in our graveyard, which is, at the end of the day, all we care about. If we got to pull the card, it's a bonus, right? It's an extra bonus. I use 3 solo recharge for the same reason, guys. It allows us to speed up the deck. It mills the deck. It allows us to add cards to our hand to continue to combo, and it puts stuff in our graveyard to help continue to combo as well. So it's a very perfect card for the deck. I do run 3 Chaos Faces, guys. It's very good for the deck. Whether it's in your hand, I can swap out and get one of the Legionnaires, or I can get a Judgment or a Valkyrie. Any of the ones that I need, a Wolf, if some rare case maybe I need it for solo recharge or something to discard or something crazy. Plus it has its graveyard, the graveyard effect that you can use as well. I use 3 Galaxy Cyclones, guys. Very good in here for popping back row cards. And then if it's in your graveyard, you can pop face-up cards like Mystic Mine and stuff like that. That's, summon limit, things like that. That's a pain in the butt. So I run 3 of them just for that specific reasons. Whether I draw them or they hit the graveyard, it's perfect. Usually more of its face-up spell or trap cards that usually get in the way of this deck. So it's perfect with it being a very fast and a deck that mills. We're going to get that destruction power by hitting the graveyard. I do use 1 Reasoning for, it's a perfect card here, guys. If you're not running Reasoning in this deck, I don't know what you're doing. Because it mills everything. Whether you get the monster out of it, it's just a bonus. But the main thing is you're milling the spell, trap, and monsters in the graveyard, right? That's what we care about. Same thing with Foolish. And then we also use Monster Reborn. Good comeback card for us to kind of help do maybe some extended plays and things like that. Or maybe to synchro off or link off as well, too. I do use 3 Trade-In, guys. Trade-In's very easy to play in this deck because we run so many level 8s, and we can cycle level 8s to our hand very, very easily. So I run Trade-In very well. I'm able to play multiple of these in a turn. Sometimes I've played 3 and, going first, for example. I use 1 reinforcement of the army so we can add our Lightsworn warriors to our hand, like Raiden and things like that, to be able to help combo off. And it also thins out the deck. Same thing for 1 day a piece. A lot of people always forget, like if you guys watch my live streams, forget that I play 1 day a piece and they go for an OTK, and then I played it and they forgot that I don't take any damage. So it's a very good card. A lot of people forget about the that it's played, and they go in their turn and they see my board empty, or maybe only 1 or 2 monsters. They go all out and they find out they can't really commit, and then on our turn we just, we OTK them with like Judgment and Chaos Ruler and stuff like that. Upstart Goblin to draw another card, and then Titan Decider, guys, so we can have some sort of like negates in the deck, and it recycles as well too. When our opponent brings out a monster from the extra deck. So it's a really good card in this deck, tossing. I'm only using 1 of them as a 59 card deck. If you wanted to, you could use 2 if you wanted to, if you just don't want to play a 59 card deck and you want to do the full 60, you could use, another Titan Decider or like Skill Breakthrough, something like that, if you want to use mixture of both, or just, just use 2 Titan Deciders. That's up to you. I felt like just leaving it at 59. I felt like 2 was probably too much for the deck, because we want to try and make sure at the end of the day, everything I have in here, add something or pull something from the deck essentially. So that was it for the deck profile, guys. We'll go to the extra deck portion of the video. All right, guys. So for the extra deck, we'll put them kind of here. I use 2 Chaos Creators. He's a very good card. You don't need more than. You don't need 3. You can't use. You have to use 2. One's not enough, guys. He's very good when he's synchro summoned out, guys. He's a hard once per turn too, so keep that in mind. I wish he was a soft once per turn because then I would play 3 of them. I probably would play 3 of them if he was a soft once per turn because I've had several cases where I could play 2 in 1 turn, but it doesn't do me any good since he's a hard once per turn. So if he was a soft once per turn, I would probably run 3 of them. Just because I can play him that easily and he's that good for this deck. So when he's synchro summoned out, guys, you can mill basically the top 5 cards. Then you can add one of your lighter dark monsters that's in those 5 cards. If there are none, right, it would just go to the graveyard. Let's say if you hit like nothing but spells. But your entire deck is nothing. Every monster card in the deck is a light or dark. So if you had any monster in the deck, you can choose to add it to your hand. Or there'd be a Judgment Dragon. I pulled all kind of stuff with this thing, guys. And at the stream of the day, I hit like all 5 monsters. With that being said, you also want to use Hope. When you recycle him back with his graveyard effect, so I love to blow up the field with Judgment Dragon, bring him back with his effect. So now I have enough to essentially go for the game like we were talking about before. So I have enough to, we milled the 5 cards, gave us the extra, the 4 Lightsworns for the Judgment. Then we've got him out, bring out Judgment, blow up the field. Now they have nothing on their field. Now Rulers in the graveyard will move a light and dark from the graveyard. Usually I have a Valkyrie in the graveyard too, so we're going to get to draw a card off of it as well. So it's usually, it's a lot of mini combos in the deck in its sense. But when he comes back after he's brought back from that effect, if he's destroyed or sent to the graveyard again, guys, he's removed from play actually instead. But Hope is a way to get around that. So Hope allows you to basically play him again essentially. So during my end phase, let's say we don't OTK them for whatever reason. Let's say we just do the 6K and they have 2,000 left. I could take my Chaos Ruler and my Judgment and turn it into Hope if I wanted to. So that's a possibility. It's a good, and Hope's got some good negate skills. I've used 2 Minervas as well, guys. Minerva's very easy to go into because we use so many 4s in the deck. You can use her effect, detach 1, and then basically you'll send cards. And then if you had a Lightsworn, you're going to be able to draw cards up to that. So it really does help out a lot. It's a really good card. I do use. I did put in 1 Zeus. Guys, because it's so easy to play Zeus in this deck because we use so many Exceed monsters. It's very easy, like Hope and Minerva. They're very easy for us to get out in this deck, so it's very easy for us to go into Zeus. So why not run 1 Zeus? So he's a recently new ad. I don't know why I didn't think of him before, but I was like, oh, we need something different in here, and I don't know why I didn't think of him before, but he's a perfect fit. The next one, guys, I didn't have. I tried to looking for it. I'll put the picture of him up here on the screen as I go through and edit the video. But we do have 2 hip Hoshnins. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But I'll put the picture so you guys can see. It's the little star monster. Basically, it gives our monster extra attack that are lights and decreases dark monsters' attack. But when he's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, I can pull a light monster back from my graveyard to a hand. So a lot of the times you guys will see me link off into something else, like I could link off with like the Chaos Ruler and maybe a Wolf or whatever else is on the field, or maybe another Judgment Dragon. Play him, have another Judgment Dragon, blow up the board, pull back Judgment Dragon that we just linked off to play him, add Judgment back, replay Judgment, remove the other cards like we talked about before. We could do like Valkyrie or this, or Hip that we just sent to the graveyard, and something else that's dark, move from play, bring them back, bam, now we hit them for 9K and that's game. So there's so many like insane combos. It's definitely everything that I've showed you guys so far. Like with them, we'll go ahead into the next ones too. I use 1 Curious, guys, because he speeds up the deck. 1 Michael as well. Michael's very easy to play, since it's a level 7 synchro, and it's an extra Lightsworn in the graveyard too. Same for the others. I do use 1 Condemned Darklord, guys. For me, all the ones that we've discussed so far, guys, you have to use in the extra deck. The next one I'll mention, it's kind of, you could kind of, pretty much change up to personal preference. So just kind of keep that in mind. So I've kind of been playtesting with Evil Swarm Extinction Knight, He's really good for, yet again, wiping the board. Stardust Dragon, or yet again, you could use any other level 8 synchro that you want to in the deck. And Black Rose Dragon. Yet again, it's very easy for us to play 7s in this deck. It's very easy for us to play 7s and 8 guys. So any like level 8, 7, or 8 that you want to play instead, or a different rank 4 or another Link monster. So you have kind of 3 cards you can kind of change to personal preference. I chose these because I like Stardust being able to recover if we need something to keep. We've got a good board to go for game. Next turn, if we didn't have full game this turn, it's a good card to protect us. And also if we have Hope as well. And then Black Rose is a destruction card, and Evil, and then our Knight, to destruction as well. But yep. But hope you guys like the deck profile. Like I said, it's a very, very fun deck. I'll do some combos, like some test hands and stuff like that. I may just do, comment down below. Let me know if you guys like when I do the test hands. Would you guys like for me to do? Would you guys like for me to do? Me just doing replays of the live streams and me just talking out my plays, or would you guys like me to do like a test hand, like here on camera, and go through the deck and all that stuff? Let me know which one you guys prefer, if it doesn't matter, and then based on feedback will be how I do the test hands. But it's a very straightforward deck. It's a very easy deck to play because it's just very cut and dry, as you guys saw me going through. There's no complicated cards in here, no complicated long combos, nothing like that. Well, that'll do it for this video, guys. I'll go ahead and we'll go into the giveaway portion here of who won the booster box of the Genesis Impact. So I will catch you guys on that segment. So I'm going to go ahead and transition to that now. If you guys made it to the end of the video, like always, I greatly appreciate it. In this video, what we're going to do, we're going to go through and do the giveaway portion. I've already put the link here. I've already got it filtered for duplicate users. I've already got it to pull the comments. So when I click, it only pulls 10 people that commented on the video. If we scroll down, then we can see where we can do the giveaway. We'll go ahead and click on Start, guys. Hey, there we go. It's Romulo, man. So great. I appreciate it, man. It's cool that you won this. I appreciate everything you do for the community, man. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch the videos. So you commented, guys, saying awesome videos always. It was great being able to see the incredible collection, and stay safe. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. You do the same as well. I know you take a lot of time out of your busy schedule between college and all that to watch my videos and chill in the live stream, so I greatly appreciate that, man. I'll hit you up and get with you and see what I can do to get your info, so I can get you that booster box of Genesis Impact sent out to you, man. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate all your guys' love and support, and I will catch you guys in the next video.